Are watching the National News Desk, America's News Now. I'm Jan Jeffcoat. It's Tuesday, August 19th, and this morning, Texas state lawmakers setting their schedule to vote on new congressional maps that could give Republicans 5 additional seats in the House. We want to get right to Mark Boyle at the live desk with the latest. Mark, good morning to you. These delays finally over now that the Democrats have finally returned to do their job. So what are we expecting specifically this week?
That vote tomorrow, possibly. A live look over Austin, Texas as we get started here this morning. Jan, we're talking about the redistricting vote tomorrow. Now, yesterday, for the first time, the Texas House held quorum. Since Democrats fled the state more than 2 weeks ago in an effort to stop that process, now Texas Republicans are taking steps to ensure they don't run off again. The House Speaker assigned state law enforcement officers to escort Democrats over the next 2 days or so to make sure they are back for that vote on Wednesday.
This is just another example of the things that we need to do. Do you think that if we weren't going to come back, we would have walked in here today? Absolutely not.
The House rules that almost every Democrat voted for authorizes their arrest.
And one of those lawmakers, Representative Nicole Collier, rejected the demand to be placed under watch of police. So instead, she opted to spend the night, stay the night in the Texas House building on the floor there to protest. Collier must be escorted in and out by an officer to and from her office, and she has to have obtained written permission to leave Capitol grounds. Meantime, lawmakers were able to pass a number of other issues that had bipartisan support, including aid for flood victims back from July 4th, upgrading flood warning systems there in Central Texas, as well as establishing a rainy day fund, more money for emergencies in the state. We'll keep a close eye on the redistricting as it breaks tomorrow. Updates all day throughout the day here on our website, thenationaldesk.com.
The Texas legislature had enough members present for a quorum.
A quorum is present. It's time to resume the work of the people of Texas sent us here to do.
Democrats who left the state during the first special session returned to the House floor today, but their return has sparked new controversy inside the House chamber. Aryami Virhin was there, and the Sergeant of Arms told the head of the Texas Black Caucus she could not leave without a permission slip and a DPS trooper escorting her until session reconvenes.
We followed the Bexar County delegation from Austin to Chicago, spent a week there covering their press conferences and everything they were doing while breaking quorum, and now we met them back here in Austin today. But not the entire Bexar County delegation made their way back into the State House. The plane-carrying Texas Democrats left Chicago early this morning and landed in Austin just before 11 a.m. By noon, a charter bus dropped them all off at the Capitol. Democrats were received as heroes by some as they walked back into the House chamber for the first time in more than 2 weeks. But not all returned. Half of the Bexar County delegation, state representatives Josie Garcia, Trey Martinez Fisher, and Elizabeth Campos, were marked as absent. But their return also sparked some controversy as rules were set for those who came back to the floor. State Representative Barbara Gervin Hawkins was not allowed to follow us out to do an interview because she did not have one of these permission slips.
What the speaker did also, for those of us that did show up, he suspended the warrants, assuming that we're going to come back. They will reinstate them if we don't come back. But our intent is to come back. I mean, we're not trying to pull a fast one on anybody. What we're trying to do is get the public to understand how serious this is.
Democrats left to break quorum, blocking votes on the GOP's new redistricting maps. They call the maps racial gerrymandering. Governor Greg Abbott disagrees and has said they add 4 Hispanic majority districts, but Democrats have told us most residents there are too young to vote. Those who return to the House floor do not only have the permission slips now, but are going to be escorted by DPS troopers until the House reconvenes.
I mean, look, I got my permission slip. Where's Officer Estrada? She's probably not long enough. She's right there. I told her that I'm going to try to get away from her the whole time. We're going to have fun. We're going to get to know each other. Again, this is the way the state does business. If I give you my word and I say I'm coming back, I'm coming back.
From the chair of the Mexican American Legislative Caucus to San Antonio State Rep Diego Bernal, we saw all of them leaving with their DPS escorts. But not all Democrats are against this. Last week, we reported that State Representative Solomon Bojani was getting death threats after the Tarrant County GOP chair said he was a radical Muslim who should not be allowed to hold office.
Here's a guy who is a radical Muslim, foreign-born. In my opinion, we shouldn't even allow foreign-born people like Ilhan Omar or this guy in New York or the guy running for, mayor up in Minnesota. I mean, none of these people.
I am taking in the positive way because I do need that security. I mean, as you can imagine, so much negativity has spread on social media. And so I welcome this from the speaker, and I say thank you for providing safety and security for our members. Especially people like me who have been doxxed.
With permission slips and DPS troopers in place, the House is ready to get back to work, since the return of the Democrats means that they do have a quorum. The House will reconvene here in Austin on Wednesday. Yami Virgen, Fox SA.
Melissa Vega at the Live Desk. Well, happening right now, Texas House Democratic Caucus saying that a member of the Texas House is being detained tonight as a political prisoner. Representative Nicole Collier out of Fort Worth says she is not signing a permission slip. So she was told that she had to stay on the House floor, and that is where she is right now. We have pictures of Representative Collier in a very empty House chamber. Collier, an attorney and 7-term lawmaker, was one of the Democrats who broke quorum, left to Illinois. The Texas House Democratic Caucus saying that she is refusing to sign the permission slip that would assign her a tax-funded escort to require her to follow her every movement throughout the state 24/7. Well, State Senator, that is, Roland Gutierrez, is at the Capitol tonight. And here's what he just posted a short time ago.
It's nonsense. This speaker is out of line, and he has essentially locked up Nicole Collier in there, who she will stay there. She is not going to sign this permission slip. It's just nonsense.
Yeah, and right now there are people outside of the House chamber. They're actually chanting to let Representative Collier go. But again, she is in there on the House floor, plans to stay there because she said she is not signing anything. We're told that she may be in there until Wednesday. That is the latest from the Live Desk.
And some Republicans.
Overnight, a Democratic Texas lawmaker spent the night on the state House floor. She's still there. State Representative Nicole Collier is one of the dozens of Democrats who returned to Austin, Texas yesterday after they had left the state to protest the Republican redistricting efforts that have been going on. As we've been tracking, Collier refuses to go along with a Republican demand that the Democrats who left the state now have a law enforcement escort if they leave the Capitol grounds until the House reconvenes. Most Democrats complied, signing what they called permission slips. Collier said this about why she would not.
We've had enough. We've had enough of them taking all of our rights away. And so I've taken a stand.
Hell yes.
I'm pushing back.
Yeah.
And that's what we got to do. When I heard the order, I was like, hell no. Why should we bow down to what they want? I'm taking a stand.
CNN's Arlette Saenz in Austin for us this morning. Arlette, what are you hearing? What's the latest?
Well, Kate, this move is certainly keeping the redistricting conversation in the spotlight. But what State Representative Nicole Collier is doing here is protesting this requirement that the House Democrats agree to being under police escort until they return to the chamber on Wednesday morning. The Texas House Speaker announced this yesterday when they had returned, saying that they would be confined and locked into the House floor unless they signed a written agreement. Now, the hope from the GOP is they want to make sure that they don't have another quorum break and can actually get to this redistricting bill. But Collier has said that she will not comply with that request, describing it as authoritarian. So she has spent the night on the Texas House floor. There have been other lawmakers like State Representative Jean Wu who have joined her in support. But aside from this sign of protest, there is little that Democrats can do in this moment to stop Republicans from pushing through these congressional maps that could net them up to 5 U.S. House seats in the next midterm election. Instead, right now, they're starting to turn their attention to making the legal arguments for why the courts should strike down these laws once they go into effect. But last night, Texas Governor Greg Abbott defended their proposal while also taking a swipe at California.
What the Democrats have done is disgraceful and potentially illegal. I'll tell you this much. If California dares to try to squeeze out more Republicans, there are going to be lawsuits that will overturn that. What I can tell you in the state of Texas, the 5 Republican seats that we are adding, they are going to withstand legal challenges.
Now, this redistricting bill passed out of committee last night, and it could come up on the House floor for debate as soon as tomorrow. The GOP side has yet to lay out a specific timeline for when this could be passed, but they want to get this done very soon. And at the same time, you have Democrats in California who are beginning to consider their own legislation to redraw their congressional maps to pick up 5 Democratic seats. That could be or has to be completed by the end of this week. So a lot to watch in both states as this redistricting showdown continues.